Hey, what's up, y'all? Just wanted to go live really quickly to talk about Spirit Airlines and some updates about Spirit Airlines. Not sure if you heard, but today marks, I believe, the sixth day of Spirit Airlines flights cancellations and delays due to what the CEO says is like weather and staff shortages and things that have kind of like spiraled into a domino effect. But CBS News reported, and I'll show you CBS News, basically says that on Friday morning, Spirit Airlines has already canceled 250 flights, and that brings the total number to 1,700 flights so far. And like I said, it's due to cancellations due to bad weather and staff shortages, which have kind of led to just thousands of frustrated, stranded passengers. And the CEO of Spirit Airlines, Ted Christie, said cancellations will continue until basically a few more days. So, going into another week of cancellations. And they've been offering vouchers, and basically, a lot of people have been left stranded, have spent hundreds of dollars on new flights and hotels and car rentals. So it's been very, very, a sad sight to see with all of these um, stranded passengers. And it says on CBS News that the problems began in late July and basically created a domino effect. So I'm a little confused as to why they didn't cancel these flights ahead of time, since this started happening in late July. But I just wanted to let you all know about some of the things that are going on with Spirit Airlines. I know the PR and the customer service and all the staff have probably had such a interesting time trying to like respond to this. I mean, it's been an interesting, basically week for airlines in general with all of the different news. So, if you guys have been on Spirit Airlines, let me know your thoughts and drop a comment. Let me know where you guys are watching from. But yeah, I know delays. You should first, before you go to the airport, check the flight status. So you can go to spirit.com slash flight dash status. And then you can also chat with Spirit Airlines, manage a reservation, and chat with them. So that is for those that are stranded. I know that's not a lot that can be done. So it's unfortunate. I know when I I actually did a video previously on my experience. I haven't basically flown on Spirit in a while, but I did a video on Spirit and I got some backlash. It was actually one of my most disliked videos. And then I got a comment that says, after quick research, Spirit currently holds a 84% on time ranking, so your always late thing is BS. So I got a lot of backlash for my video as far as like how I feel about flying on Spirit Airlines. I get called different things like bougie because I don't want to fly on Spirit Airlines. There's a lot of difference. There's either like one extreme where people don't want to ever get on Spirit Airlines, which is me, because they made me late for my trip, and time is money. So, and then there's people that are on the other hand that are like ride or die for. That's probably not the right word, but basically very gung ho about Spirit Airlines. So a few months ago, this was circulating, and I'll show you this. This is one end of it. So you have my view of Spirit Airlines, and then you have this view, which is, and I'm not going to read all this because some of it might be offensive to people, but basically someone wrote this long essay on Facebook about like being a part of the Spirit Airlines delegation, and basically kind of telling people how they shouldn't complain about Spirit Airlines because they don't have passports. Some people only take trips once per year, so you know they understand why you're willing to pay for more than what Spirit charges. And people complaining about bags, complaining about like baggage fees shouldn't really say anything. And the person says, I've flown Spirit many times and haven't had any issues. And they compare it to Southwest, which makes you fight for your seat, and United, and just different things like that. And they basically close it out by saying, if you want to pay for your flight, like basically saying that if you want to spend as much money on your flight as this person spends for flight, rental car, and hotel, Airbnb, basically be quiet. So it was I didn't understand why that person was going so hard for Spirit Airlines. I would never go that hard for an airline. But some of those things, like, I'm the person, so I have a video where you can see cheap flights. I did that about a month ago. So I'll link this video to my cheap flights video. And also, when it comes to baggage, like Southwest Airlines, which is big where I am, gives free baggage, 2 free bags. And then Delta, because I have a Delta Amex, you get 2 free bags. So I haven't really saw any savings when I did fly Spirit because of the baggage cost. I get free bags with either Southwest or Delta. So that's just my take on it. But I wanted to definitely let you all know about what's going on with Spirit Airlines. Thanks for checking in. And Sharon Spencer says, thanks, Kim, for keeping us informed. No problem. And so this is, and then I'm going to show my review on Spirit Airlines. I'm just going to bring it back to the forefront because I've been saying for a while what I've said about Spirit Airlines, and it's unfortunate. So in the future, for those that are watching, trying to find out more about Spirit or find cheap flights, definitely check out my video about cheap flights. And I have reviews on Southwest Airlines and Delta Airlines. I can do other reviews on different airlines if you're interested. But those are the top, or I wouldn't say top, but those are like the main ones that I fly within Atlanta. So I'm going to post this review. I'm going to play this review. And again, my name is Kim with Work Hard Travel Well. So if you're here, make sure you like this video and go ahead and subscribe to this channel for more travel tips and travel news. And I'm just going to play this Southwest Airlines. It's like a Flashback Friday video that is basically the review of Spirit Airlines. To you today with a review on Spirit Airlines. Now, I'm not here to travel shame anyone, and disclaimer, I've only traveled on them one time, which will probably be my last time. But if Spirit is your thing, that's great, but I'm giving you my honest review of what went down when I took Spirit Airlines. Wondering, what does Spirit Airlines and Work Hard Travel Well, how do they go together? And it's not like I really wanted to take Spirit Airlines. I needed to leave at night from Fort Lauderdale, and the only flight was Spirit. So I took Delta to Fort Lauderdale and took Spirit on the way back. Before I booked it, I polled my Twitter followers and just, I was wondering, is Spirit really that bad? Because I'd heard so many, just not good things about Spirit. I just figured Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta, that won't be so bad. Maybe I can suck it up. And the pricing wasn't bad. And like I said, even if it wasn't the price, I needed that time. So I began to book it online, and the booking took forever. It was just slow. Sometimes a timeout. And I was like, is that you guys telling me I don't need to take Spirit Airlines? But it finally went through. And I basically, paid attention to all the fine print, which is what you need to do. You do have to pay for bags, and you do need to pay for it ahead of time so that you're not incurring an extra fee or additional fee when you get to the airport. You need to pay attention to all the extras that they try to put in there, as far as if you want to print your boarding pass, if you want to pay for a hotel, if you want to pick your seat. All of that stuff costs. And you can take a carry-on, but you need to make sure it fits within the guidelines and that it can fit under the seat in front of you. You cannot take a carry-on and put it overhead, because that does cost, so you do need to pay for it. So I finally booked it, and fast forward to when I came time to travel, I rushed to the airport thinking, hey, I need to get there 2 hours ahead. I believe the flight left at around 10 p.m., was scheduled to leave around 10 p.m. And so when I got there, I came on Delta, and I'm allowed to take one free bag on Delta because I have a Delta Amex. But Delta allows up to 50 pounds. Here's what I did not know, or I just did not pay attention to the fine print. And Spirit only allows for 40 pounds. And just always check this in case it changes from the time this video is posted. So I weighed my bag, and it was around 50 pounds, which is what I was expecting. And I just tried to get everything together, put it in different bags, carry-ons. But remember, the carry-on could only be a certain size, which was basically a big purse that I had. And so I basically just ended up forget it, I'm just going to pay for it. And I believe after paying, $20-something for the bag, I had to pay an additional $20-something to add the 10 extra pounds. Which, I could have thrown some of that stuff away, but I just left a conference, and I got a lot of good freebies and promotional items. So I kind of didn't want that to go in vain. If I had known, I could have shipped it, but who wants to do all that? So while I'm waiting in line, before I get to the counter to pay for it, there's, just slow. There's a family that comes out of nowhere and just says, hey, they told us we can't get on the flight with this bag, and you told us we could. And they were just they left the gate, came all the way up to the ticket counter to talk about this. And basically, they got there at the gate, and they were told that they would have to pay almost $100. So even though, you might think you're sneaking past, whomever at the ticket counter and get into the gate, it's not a good idea. That family came back heated, saying they had, they told us to come back to the gate. Otherwise, we had to pay, $100, $90. And from my, observation, they missed their flight. So that was kind of just man, this is just bad. Finally get to the gate, sit down, and they talk about how we're supposed to board. And I'm looking around what is this? I was so confused because I didn't pick my seat, and it was just different. But then they say, oh, and by the way, we're running on a delay. I post about this online, and apparently Spirit Airlines is known for delays. So instead of leaving at around 10 p.m., I left closer to midnight. And I rushed to the airport to make this flight, which I could have just kind of hung out in Fort Lauderdale some more. So I'm waiting on my flight. Finally, we board, and I finally, get to my row. It's in the back because I did not pick my seat. Didn't want to pay for that. And the row was this big. I'm trying to squeeze in there with my purse, squeeze it under the seat. And the seat was so uncomfortable. I'm just okay, this flight's only going to be an hour and a half, if that. Let's just power through it. But, they did not give water or food. So, of course, you could definitely put that in your bag, your carry-on, if you can. And someone told me ahead of time on Twitter that, it's the Soul Plane. They offer ramen noodles on the flight. And I'm yeah, right, not ramen noodles. So I get the menu just to kind of see if they were right, just to see what was on the menu. I feel I saw Funyuns. I definitely saw a cup of ramen noodles. interesting. So, needless to say, we got there late, and it actually kind of messed me up because I was planning to start on a road trip like that morning. So I got there after one, had to pick up a rental car, and it was just an experience that I would not want to do again. My back, I can't even believe those seats. It was like sitting on like cartons, and just on top of them being delayed was just enough. So the fact that I had to pay for that extra weight, over 40 pounds, and that the delays, I definitely would not be taking Spirit in the future. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I might just have to just stay an extra night if that's the only flight out, or just not go. If you still would like to try Spirit Airlines, I would definitely suggest preparing for delays. Make sure you read the fine print. Make sure your baggage is in line, weigh it, whatever you have to do before you get to the airport. Print your boarding pass ahead of time. If you're on a long flight, bring some type of support that can, fit in your bag or whatever, your carry-on, like a little neck pillow, back pillow, something. And also snacks, if you don't want to eat, like Funyuns and a couple of ramen noodles. So, if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe for more travel shorts, travel hacks, and travel tips. And I will see you next time. Thanks. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I didn't want to like close out because I saw we still had some people in the chat. So I did, like I said, wanted to show you guys my review from the past, and I got like basically like everyone disliked it. I got so much flack when I posted that review in the past. So I just wanted to do like a little flashback to that review because basically it still kind of stands with the flight delays, and unfortunately it's even more magnified this time with 1,700 delays or canceled flights. And let's see, Anthony Ellis on Facebook says, worst experience ever. The seat was uncomfortable, didn't recline. I definitely agree on that. My initial flight, like I said in the review, it was because I wanted to, like, it was a quick flight. It was supposed to be from Fort Lauderdale. It's supposed to be quick from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta. So I'm like, I can at least bear that uncomfortableness for being uncomfortable for that short flight. But yeah, after the flight being delayed and then having to sit in that seat, like it was definitely not that comfortable. Like in the, I won't be flying in the future, but for those that will, definitely look at like a travel pillow or something to help with that if you decide to fly Spirit. I don't know how Spirit's going to bounce back from this, especially with giving out all of these vouchers and all of these frustrated passengers, and people are going to start complaining to the transportation department. So it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye out for, especially if you have upcoming flights. LaShawn, let's see if I can show this. Not sure why it's not showing, but basically LaShawn Scott on Facebook says she has a flight next weekend. So I mentioned in the beginning, Spirit Airlines is advising that you check the flight status before you even head to the airport. I would keep a check on their social media handles and on these news articles because you don't, hopefully your flight won't be impacted. But at the beginning, I did state from CBS that the CEO says the delays and cancellations will go into the next few days, which is basically going to be into next week. So hopefully, your flight is good. If not, hopefully you can kind of mitigate it before you go to the airport by keeping a check on things. All right, I think that's all the questions or comments that I see, but wanted to address them before I close out this live. Again, my name is Kim, and I'm a creator of WorkHardTravelWell.com, and I'm going to be I post weekly videos around travel tips and travel news, so make sure you subscribe to my channel while you're here, and I will catch you guys next time.